My little boy with the straight A's and the charm to be favourite amongst friends and teachers alike turned into a rebellious teenager. At first it was actually quite cute. Both me and hubby was a little bit proud of this sudden assertiveness, and we started to envision a great leader in the making. At first the excessive drinking and the smoking didn't worry us too much. I mean, it's only a phase, and he doesn't need to be a nerd like his parents. And then the calls came from the school. Boetie quickly realized Mummy was not going to rescue him like Daddy would, and Mummy was banned from the school. Boetie soon discovered that Daddy loved to impress others and that he could ask for more and bigger. As hard as Mummy tried to say no, she could not stand up against Daddy, and the result was a full-blown war in the Lombard household. By the time he left school, he has ridden off a motorbike, larger than was legally allowed for his age, sold his first car, and got a brand new, out-of-the-box new car, and failed matric. Daddy paid for everything. After all, a man needs transport to get to work, which he managed to obtain fairly quickly. And with no obligations whatsoever, he had far too much money to spend partying. My inability to stand up against my husband led to years of downward spiral, of fights, manipulation, hubby's health that took a serious knock because of stress, and even serious financial distress. Hubby's ill health became another manipulation tool in both his and our son's toolkits. Finally, the penny dropped. Maybe this was no longer teenage rebellion. He was on his way to be 30. He lost too many jobs. He was losing friends. And he displayed weird behavior. Excessive and no sleep. Excessive and no eating. Personal hygiene became a problem. And I knew something was not right. 2 years of seeking help, of me and hubby wishing alternately that he would rather die, and even contemplating family suicide, played out. Fortunately, I discovered a support group for families with addicted loved ones. And another 2 years of hell broke loose. Now Boetie knew that we know what was going on. And we discovered the hell of full-blown codependency, manipulation and isolation. Hubby was not strong enough to say no to Boetie, and I was not strong enough to say no to hubby. Every time I tried to stand up to do the right thing, hubby landed in hospital with serious problems like pneumonia or heart failure. Eventually I realized I couldn't do this on my own, and I admitted that I have a problem that was called codependency. I got help to overcome it. I realized I would never get the support from my husband to get our son in a rehab, and I had to make the hard decision to give up on one of them, or I would lose both. I decided to fight for my son and take the risk that my husband would die from a heart attack when my son would get arrested. I must mention here that we have already lost a son at the age of 16 months amidst a job change and move about 20 years prior to this episode. My husband is petrified of losing another child and even losing me. He would do anything to keep Boetie happy. My journey of getting a court order to get Boetie into a rehab was done in secrecy. By then I attended support group on my own, and I am forever grateful for the wonderful support I got there. I lived my life as normal as possible, and fate had it that Boetie was arrested while I was out of town. Hubby woke me with a phone call, furious, and nothing could be done before I got home. Boetie was released in his dad's care after he was warned of the seriousness of the case. I arrived back home and was treated with such coldness as if I was from outer space. The week between his arrest and the court case was enough to give Boetie the fright of his life. Even though he had a last fix before we left for the courthouse, he realized he had to cooperate. One of my saddest memories is seeing him greeting his dad and climbing in the vehicle of the person that took him to rehab without even looking at me. Not all the threats that he will find someone to kill me hurt as much as this incident. I tell you this horrible experience because I know that there are hundreds of households that have similar experiences. I am in that support group now for more than 8 years, and I have heard lots of similar stories. The detail may vary, but the pain and destruction are the same. I've seen that when at least one person in a family is prepared to say no more, there is hope for the addict. I've seen that if the support system of the addict is strong, the addict will grow strong too. My beautiful, handsome, strong-willed son is clean for 6 years now, and we have the most amazing relationship, which helped my husband to heal some of his pain and even his body to a certain extent too. We have adopted a lifestyle of openness around our journey and our feelings. My son quickly became a facilitator in the rehab, and after rehab, in the support group he attended for recovering addicts. We know that we must be vigilant, and we are prepared to attend the support group for the rest of our lives, because life is precious, and we can give so much hope and support to others as we have received. The more we speak up, the more we help others to open up. One is only as sick as one's deepest secret.